Interstate 70, heading westbound. You excited, Bigfoot? You excited, buddy? I know you are. Welcome, everyone. Adam TheDailyWoo here. It's my second channel, daily vlog channel. It's The Daily. Woo! Today's destination and subject matter, a little Maryland town by the name of Frederick. I pulled over here on the side of the off-ramp to look at this monument that was erected in the early 1800s in honor of Jug Bridge. Unfortunately, it collapsed in 1942, so they moved this structure to a different spot next to a totally different bridge. This classic photo shows a few gentlemen climbing all over the monument itself, and that's what the original bridge before it fell into the water. The biggest legend is that inside the top bulb is an actual real whiskey jug. Some say still with whiskey in it, and if that's true, it is quite fermented by this point. Oh, how the mysteries of Jug Bridge confuse and bewilder us constantly. Parking my RV for the rest of the day and meeting up with a friend I have not seen, gosh, in probably a couple of years. And what better place to meet up with a friend than a Walmart? It's best because no one bothers large March here. I am now cruising along in the one and only Endorsement mobile, and that means Eric is behind the wheel. Should I be afraid?
A little bit.
I'm not afraid. You have the most ultimate blind spot detection. It just went off, but that car was beside us. Look, I've never seen that. You're living high on the hog here. You have all the safety precautions and modern conveniences a man could want. Gotta make sure you feed the meter properly. Do not want to end up like them. The National Museum of Civil War Medicine. Let's see what this is all about. Oh, hello there. Didn't see you behind the window. The door is very creaky.
Civil War camps are deadly. The terrible living conditions cause tens of thousands to die. When you're done in camp, come up to your right to evacuation.
The height of the shortest known soldier was 3 foot 8 inches tall. The tallest soldier chiming in at 7 feet 2 inches. It's a big dude. You get to stand on your tippy toes. Oh, I know what this is. This is what they used to eat, right?
Yep, hardtack.
And I always heard that maggots would get down in there.
Yep, they would. They would. One thing they would do is they'd break this up, put it in their coffee, and the maggots would float to the top. You just skim them off, and then get your hardtack that way.
Making you hungry?
Need to do a review on that.
You should do a food review on this hardtack, they call it.
Hardtack. Yep.
Sure you don't want this here?
I'll pass for the moment.
He was saying this is the most haunted building anywhere in town. What was the reason that he gave for that?
They did embalming in this building.
Right here in this hallway that is now adorned with painted foliage.
He said it's very hard to keep people in here at nighttime. A lot of spooky stuff happens.
Did you hear that? Oh, that was just someone taking a picture. Oh. If you've never heard the expression close talker, that right there is a good analogy of that. And this guy is sitting here with, is that a banjo right there? I mean, it's not on his knee, so I've always heard the expression of banjo on his knee. Some sort of a guitar instrument. The can of peas up here on the shelf is a replica, but next to it, the rations all the way from New Bern, North Carolina, that's an original can, all rusted out and tetanusy. How many gallons of water did a horse or a mule drink per day? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. 15 gallons. Look how old this is, this stretcher. It even has the Virginia stamp, like it was almost mailed. It was almost mailed through the Postal Service. The 1st New York Cavalry written on the side. He has something over his face. There's like a funnel has been placed over his mouth and nose. And this guy here has a wound over his eyes. Oh my goodness. I think they're gonna amputate. They are. They're cutting into his leg right there. These are the percentages based on which limb was removed from your body on if you would survive or not. If your toes were removed, only 6% chance that you would pass away. But if your hip joint was taken from you, you might be paying the piper sooner than you think. They have an alarm system in here. You can see there's a little sensor there. And if you lean too close over, I tried to get a little bit closer to the sponge and the knife, and I was reprimanded by an employee. They are very strict here. Yeah. I didn't even touch anything. I was just trying to get a closer view, and 2 gentlemen came up and said, "The alarm has been signaled."
Sounded it off.
I didn't even hear it.
I didn't either.
It's like a stealth alarm.
I think it alerts them at the front desk, and then they got the cavalry.
I was not
came.
expecting that.
I wasn't either.
A very large man came up to me and said, "Do not get close to the exhibits." True story.
But strangely enough, it works in their favor. Why? In order to make it pliable enough, they have to boil it. So they boil it, and it sterilizes it.
This wax model was used to display what gangrene, a skin ailment, looks like. There is an arm inside that box, right, that cylinder. That is a hand, a gangrene infected hand. Did you happen to know that horsehair, he was holding horsehair, was used for medical purposes?
I had no idea.
I didn't either. First he pulled it out of that little like sack he had it in. I was like, what is he gonna do with that horsehair? And then he explained it, and I've learned something new today.
So you're a better man than me. He took it out, and I'm like, that's hair. You knew it was horsehair, right?
I said, that's hair. Okay. And then he explained that it was horse. And then I breathed a breath of air. I was like, whew, I thought that was human hair. I was not expecting to see a replica of a real life embalming process, but that is what sits before me. Wow. And it's actually modeled after a real old photo, Dr. Richard Burr embalming a soldier. And they're constantly reinstating the fact that the exhibits are alarmed and monitored by camera. So if I was to get a little closer than I am right now, I would be once again reprimanded. I gotta keep my distance from this guy. If you ever visit here and you feel so inclined, you can walk away with a little souvenir on the front of a t-shirt. I'm gonna pass on that one, but it's here if you so desire. These posters are pretty cool, however. This is the Undertaker's cabinet, and this one that says, "Poison, beware." After visiting that particular type of museum, my stomach's a little upset. How about you?
Want to get some food?
Yeah, why not? I did pick up a souvenir, a pin, a writing utensil in the shape of a spinal cord. It beats using a number 2 pencil, right? There is a big boy behind that fence. Look at that. I think that's one of the original big boys holding the hamburger. And there's a bird up there staring. Hitchcock would be proud. Time to get a little dinner at Beef and Buns in Paradise. I really like the name of this place. And I really like that neon sign. This mural is incredible. Look at Mr. Hamburger here, just chilling next to the beach, eating an ice cream. I never knew that cheeseburgers like frozen treats. This is what we're dealing with. Eric got a crab cake sandwich, almost like a crab cake burger. I got a regular hamburger mixed with crab cake, and check it out, a little actual, oh my gosh, that looks so good. And a little salad. Looks delicious. Oh man, I am completely full. I'm not going to review what we did, but if you want to go over to Eric's channel, what's your channel name?
The Endorsement.
So just go on the search bar for YouTube, type in The Endorsement,
No spaces.
and I will also put the link down below, and you can check out us eating the good, delicious food.
Stuffed.
There's a little railroad museum called Road and Rails, and they're open. Go check it out. Holy cow, look at this. Place is insane. I had no idea the magnitude of what was inside this building. Massive mountain leading into the cloud adorned wall. Dozens of trains all through the landscape. And that's not a mirror there off in the distance. That's a whole other separate room. This place is massive. They're going up the roller coaster. Uh-oh. There's no turning back now. Whoa! Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Hold on to your hats and glasses, folks. It's a bumpy ride. This is incredible. They have an entire carnival. And it looks like there's a zoo back there also. This has to be one of the best miniature train museums I've ever seen. There used to be one like this in Chattanooga, and they closed it. Luckily, this one is still open, and it is incredible. Here on the farm, doing a little work. And not only that, but it looks like the aliens have landed. Crop circles right there. Alert Mel Gibson! They've arrived! They even have an underground subway. That's something you don't normally see at a train museum. Pretty cool and unique. I had no idea from the outside that this place was so fantastic. Vlog? Oh,